The last tool at your disposal is the effect rack. An effect rack works just like an instrument rack. The only difference is that it can be applied to any track, regardless it's a MIDI or audio, and it can be applied at the end of the chain, so that at that point the sound can be redirected to several chains that process the audio in different ways. Let me show you. First of all, let's go here and search for rack, but inside the audio effect. Here you're gonna see audio effect rack. Drag it to the microphone track, for example. Now, if you click here, you're gonna open the audio effect rack. If you click here, you're gonna open the macro side of the audio effect rack. Now, any effect you drag into this zone, we're gonna create a separate chain. So, if I search for, let me see, a reverb, and I drag it here, it's gonna create a chain with reverb in it, and you can already hear that it's working. Let me just put it off for a second. Now, let's say that I want a reverb, I want a track with delay, for example. I'm gonna drag it so that now I have a separate chain with delay on it. And it's already working. Let me just switch it off. Now, I'm gonna right click here and select create chain. This one, Control R, and I'm gonna rename it blank. This one, I'm gonna rename it delay, and this one I'm gonna rename it reverb. Okay, let me just drag blank on the top, and now we are quite ready to go. Let's open the chain control, and as you can see, all three are working so that the output is multiplied by 3. I'm gonna just take one of the 3, expand it to maximum, and then right click and distribute ranges equally, so that now you have the 3 chains distributed equally along the selected range. If I want them to cover all the values, I have to do this, drag it to 127, and select distribute ranges equally. Okay. So now they're covering the whole range of CC messages. Let me map left click on this control, right click and map it to macro 1. This has become the chain selector. Now, MIDI mode for mapping, left click on chain selector, and let's move one of the knobs I want to map to this chain selector. Let's get out of this. And now I can hide the chain. Wait a sec. I'm gonna get into the reverb and activate it. And I'm gonna get back to the delay and activate it. As you can see now, the selector is on this zone so that no effect is being applied. But if I move into the second zone, the reverb is gonna be applied. And if I move into this zone, the delay is gonna be applied. This is very powerful because if you apply to your microphone track, which is on monitoring, this track is always open. It's outside the grid, so because I want to use it not for looping, but for talking, for rapping, for singing, etc. Sometimes you may need to apply different effects to your microphone, depending on the song or depending on the situation. So every time you need to go for a reverb, you just move it, you get reverb, and then you can get to normal. Or if you have to apply delay to a song, you just go here and you got delay. This is very powerful and can be applied to any track either microphone track or a MIDI track. Remember that you need the chain selector in order to move, and you have to remember which knob you have mapped to this.